All right, another Blade Show West 2024 pickup from Begg Knives. This model is actually called One. Yes, the name of this knife is One. O-N-E 1. I don't name them. I just report the news. I don't make the news, so to speak. This is a really cool knife. It is on the smaller side, but it's just great. Now, this one was given to me by Mark at the show. He had 3 left. He had a green one in his pocket. He had an orange one on the table that I really kind of wanted, but my buddy Chris bought the orange version, and Mark gave me this green version. And then Chris sold the orange one to my other buddy Eric. Maybe gifted it to him. I don't know, but anyway, I've got the green one. The orange one basically has orange G10 and the orange pivot collar, so it stood out a little bit more than the green. But it's okay. I'm very happy and excited to have this one. Now, this is a JVO, Jared Van Otterloo, and Kirby Lambert design made by Begg Knives over at their factory in China, of which they don't disclose who's making them, which is okay. But it is a company in China that is making their Steelcraft series, their budget affordable line. Okay. Now this one is on the higher end of their affordable line. These went for $150 at Blade Show West. They're going to be coming out and hitting retailers near you soon, of where they think the pricing is going to be $120. Okay. But they have not hit the dealers yet, which I'm a little surprised by, because these were, I believe, announced and released, if you will, at Blade Show Atlanta 2024. So it is steel liners, steel bolsters, G10 scales, thumb disc, and there is actually, it's not only milling, like it is skeletonized handles. So this is a skeletonized thing there that goes all the way through to the G10 on both sides. There's some heavy milling. It's really skeletonized. I wouldn't call it milled out. I would call it skeletonized because there's holes in here. Plus there's some milling here. So, that gets you down to 5.6 ounces, which for a 3-inch blade, that is still on the heavier side. However, it is not heavy feeling at all. It actually feels really good in the hand. Even with my bigger paws, it feels really good. It is a full finger knife, so it's not small by any means. It has a thumb disc. I do have some other thumb discs, right? I have a couple of Hellraisers that have thumb discs, and they work. I prefer thumb studs over discs, but it really just works on this knife. You can do your reverse finger flick thing, which if you're into that, it does work for that. I love the blade. So the blade is very Astio, Begg Knives Astio-esque. A little bit more of a recurve here. There is a slight recurve here. But they're very similar in blade shapes. This is also a JVO design. But they're different. Noticeably different. This one is a little bit cheaper. This one's at $120. I think it's about the same, $120-ish. Now, Begg Knives also has stuff that goes down into the 40s, 50s. They're really shooting for that 100-ish and below range in all of their new budgety stuff. So you have a nice hollow grind here and a nice flat grind. So it's 4¼ inches closed, 7¼ overall, 3-inch blade, 0.012 behind the edge, both in the hollow grind and the flat grind. They're ground the same. Runs on bearings, and really just a really good knife. Fits well in the hand, fits great in the pocket. I may just throw this particular one into my glove box in the car, the center console in my car. I keep saying I'm going to throw a knife in there because There have been occasions, once or twice in my life, I have walked out of the house without a knife. I know that's just sacrilege. I know. And I feel bad, but I'm among friends here on my channel. So I feel like I can be honest and share and kind of confess to you that I have, in fact, left the house once or twice without a knife. Here it is next to the Spyderco Delica. Now, if we want to talk about kind of budgety knives again, here it is next to the Kubi KB237, which I still have to say is really one of my favorite $45, $40, $50 knives, because it's just great. Liner lock, G10, D2 blade, all blacked out, runs on bearings, runs great, flipper tab. Like it's everything I want in a knife. Tonto blade, fits great in the hand. You can choke up on it. Like it's great. 40, 50 bucks. If I want to step up to 100-ish bucks, this makes a really good contender. Kirby Lambert, very well known. JVO, very well known. Begg knives, very well known. Super great action. G10 backspacer. I wonder, could they have done green G10 backspacer? How would that have looked? Would that have been too much? What about the orange on the orange version? Would it have been too much? I don't know. This does give you that kind of industrial look, right? This is kind of a worn stonewash type finish on the liners all the way around. The bolster lock, the frame, not really a liner, it's the frame. Bolster lock is all just kind of that raw stonewash, tumbled type finish. So it looks rough and industrial. And that may not be your style. You may want something a little more polished and sleek, if you will. But I argue that there's a good argument for this kind of battle-worn type of look. You still have the clean pocket clip. I don't know. All in all, I like this one a lot. And they will be at retailers shortly. They were only available at the show. You can't buy it just yet. I looked before filming, and I did not see it on Blade HQ or any of the other sites where they have their knives. But they are coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled. And from what I'm told, they're going to be about 120 bucks from the dealers. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Please go check out my Begg playlist over here in the corner. I have owned a lot of Begg knives, and I've done videos on even more than what I've owned. All right, I've owned some custom stuff. I've owned their mid-tech stuff. I've owned their Steelcrafts, their original Steelcraft titanium stuff, and now their Steelcraft steel stuff. So I've owned a lot. Go check them out. You might find something there that you like. There's a bunch of slip joints now and all that stuff. Not to be a commercial, but I think they're worth looking at. Their budget line of stuff is worth checking out. So go check it out.